it's really hard to predict how the world is going to look like after this crisis is over. But I'm trying to anyway predict what's going to happen with Airbnb. And I think they are going down. It's going to be a very slow descent. They're going to be with us for a long time, but they reached their peak right before this crisis. They are 12 years old now. They started by building a lot of trust with the hosts because they needed the supply side. And a couple of years ago, they switched to a more guest-focused approach, trying to grow. And they slowly initially burned through this goodwill with the hosts and property managers. And I think now they are at their lowest relationship point with us, with hosts. It's never been so low. If you talk to any host or property manager, they are borderline angry, and I don't think this is temporary. It's been building up and building up and building up. And this crisis forced them to take decisions quickly, maybe not communicating them well enough, and they dropped the ball by canceling everything, thinking more about the guests, or as they say, about the health of the guest and the host, and just releasing kind of an excuse and changing course yesterday through Brian Chesky address to the Airbnb hosts. I understand this is a hard moment for everyone, and it's, I'm sure, hard for them too, but especially for the founders. But I think it's pretty clear that who's in charge in Airbnb are the investors, and so it's a company which has to make money, which of course makes sense. And but yeah, they kind of, they were very consistent in not thinking about the host side, the supply side, and now they're gonna pay for it. What's gonna happen? I don't know. What I know is that now everybody wants an alternative. Okay. The short-term thinking is let's get direct bookings, and this is short-term because direct bookings alone cannot solve this. OTAs are infrastructure. You need them to run this industry. You need to have a third party which protects the guest and protects the host. Direct bookings are not doing it. So we need platforms, and I'm 100% convinced that the right way to go is decentralized platforms, where the platform becomes as electricity, as running water, as healthcare should be, a public good, which is just there to work. The money is made on top of them. The platform itself should not make money. And how do you do that? Well, you couldn't do this because you cannot give this to a government to run. Of course, I would never use a government-run Airbnb or Booking.com. It cannot be run by hotels or apartments. This is one of the two sides. It cannot be run by guests, of course. It has to be, in my opinion, decentralized. It just has to work with as little intervention as possible from a company behind this. And this is possible today with blockchain. I won't go into the details, but in the same way as we stop paying for phone calls, we will stop paying for commissions on platforms. Especially, we will own the data. We will own the reviews. Today, reviews are owned by the OTAs. So if they kick us out, we lose the reviews too. In the future, we will own those reviews, and we will own the relationship with the guest. It's going to be real peer-to-peer. So, to make it short, OTAs are going down slowly. They're going to be still there maybe in 10 years, but they're going down, or at least this model is going down. They're going to have to stop charging all this money, and they're going to have to stop owning the whole transaction. Okay. And in the meantime, we'll see the rise of platforms like Trips, where you are booking directly with other people through a platform and you are protected. And we probably meet in the middle. There's going to be hybrids. There's going to be completely decentralized. I'm expecting a tsunami of innovation, as Andreas Antonopoulos puts it, in this space in the next years. Nothing new. That was like foreseen, but it's just happening much, much, much faster. So we as Trips are really sorry not to be able to provide this platform today. It's too early. The technology is not there yet, but it's not that far neither. So Let's put together our efforts and try to make this come to reality as soon as possible. This is the only way we're going to solve this problem. Good luck, everyone.